So for today's video, we're going to make a maxi skirt with a slit. But again, this is fully customizable to you. If you don't want a slit, don't put it. If you want it short, just cut it when you feel like it. But today I'm going to be using latte stripe for the skirt part, and then I'm going to use this color for the waistband because I like when things are uniformal, and if I use latte stripe then the waistband is going to be multiple colors and I don't really like how that looks. So I'm going to be using this as my waistband, and then I'm also going to use scissors, a 5mm hook, and measuring tape. You can use any hook you'd like, but I'm going to be using acrylic, and I recommend using acrylic as well because cotton has little to no stretch and it kind of feels weird sometimes. So acrylic is what I recommend, but you can do whatever. We're going to do a little bit of math for the waistband. So what I do is I subtract 6 inches from the waist. So for example, I am 32, so 32 minus 6 is 24. And when you're crocheting, it kind of expands a little bit, so that accommodates for what may expand, and it just gives you the perfect fit. Also, adding a jock strap is optional when you do this measurement like this, but you're free to add it if you'd like. So I'm going to make like a beanie sort of stitch, and I'm going to make it until I reach 24 because that accommodates to me. I'm going to make the waistband. It can be as thick or as thin as you'd like, but I'm going to make it using an even number. That way when I crochet, it's going to become an odd number, and then I can just put the jock strap right in the middle. I'm going to start by making a slip knot, and I'm going to make a chain of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now I'm going to make half double crochets until I reach the 24 inches, but I'm also going to be doing all back loops. So I'm going to loop over, go inside, pull. So now you have 3 loops, and then pull again, loop in, pull, and then pull, and that's how you make a half double crochet. This is purely optional, but I like to crochet the ends as I go. So I just whipped it in real quick. I'm holding it, and I'm crocheting it. So now you can pull it. Now it's secure. So now I'm going to chain 1, flip my work, and this is the front loop, and then this is the back loop, and this is where we're going to do it. So I'm going to make a half double crochet only on the back loops, and that gives you that ribbed look. You can also start by using a foundation chain, but I don't recommend doing it just making a chain and then doing half double crochets or double crochets in the start, because then it's going to be a little bit too tight and it's not going to be stretchy. But I really like doing it this way. I'm going to come back when I finish my 24 inches, and then I'll show you how to close it and then start your rows. I just finished my waistband, and it measures 26 inches, which is 52 rows. Now I'm going to put it together. I already chained 1, but now I'm going to flip my work, make sure that it's not twisted, and you're going to go in and just slip stitch. I don't really put it anywhere specific. I just kind of let it land wherever, and I just keep making slip stitches. Now you can cut it off, and now your waistband is ready, and you can tell that like right away it's super stretchy. So if you were to make this exactly your waist size, it might overstretch and it might be too big. That's why I say 6 inches is perfect. Earlier I said that adding a jock strap is optional, but I already made one. I made a chain about 40 something inches, and now that I'm already at this part, I'm just going to add it in. I kind of put it wherever, but if you want to count, I do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, which is 5. And I just kind of weave it through. 1, 2, 3. We are now at the front, so I'm going to put the strap on the last two. We already have our strap put in, so we can just tie it. But if this bothers you while you work, you can always leave it at the end. I sometimes put it in the start, or I sometimes leave it out at the end. But again, it's optional and to your preference. If you're using the same color, instead of cutting it off after we finish our slip stitch, just make the chain 2 and continue to do what I'm about to do right now. But if you're doing multiple colors, then you're just going to put your hook in and pull it out, and now you're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. In the same stitch, I'm going to add 2 double crochets. So I'm going to yarn over, go inside, pull once and then pull twice, yarn over, go inside, pull once and pull twice. Now I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to place a cluster in every single ribbed hole. A cluster is 3 double crochets. So I'm going to yarn over, go in, pull once and then pull twice, yarn over, go in, pull once, pull twice, and keep making clusters until I reach the end of the row. I'm finishing up my row, and I'm going to make one more cluster. I'm going to chain 1, slip stitch again, and one more time, chain 2, make a cluster, chain 1, and make another cluster. This is the pattern we're going to be following. You can do this until the length that you want. If you want a short one, you end whatever works best for you. If you wanted to do it long, same thing. But I'm going to make a long maxi skirt with a slit. So I'm going to come back when I'm ready to do the slit. Currently I'm 18 rows in, and if you're a smaller or medium, this will cover your butt fully. You can cut it here and finish with a short skirt, or you can keep going and make a longer skirt without a slit. But for this skirt, I'm going to be adding a slit. I like to add the slit where the row starts. So you're going to continue the round, and instead of closing the stitch and starting a new one, we're going to continue on here and go back and forth. We are no longer going to be rounds. So to do that, I'm going to flip the skirt real quick. I'm going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and I'm going to make a cluster, 1, 2 and 3, and this is basically it. For the next row, we're going to add a cluster here, and then we're going to chain 2, cluster, chain 2, and we're going to keep that pattern until we finish. I like to do the space of one cluster because I feel like it's perfect, and it also widens up a little bit. But this is how it looks like right now, and I'm going to continue making the row. So I'm going to finish up this row, and then I'm going to make 1 half double crochet, and then this will match the start over here. Chain 2, 1 and 2, flip your work, make 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, and you continue making clusters back and forth, alternating between a double crochet and 2 chains, and then this will match up perfectly with the other side. I just finished my skirt and I ended up doing 44 rows. If you're taller than 5'3", you may have to do more rows until you reach the length that you want, but this is perfect for me because it reaches my ankles. And I'm going to show you what I do with this little loose end down here. So I'm going to put my crochet hook underneath and split the yarn like this, so I have 2 and 2, grab underneath and make a couple knots, probably like 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now you can cut it off. And that is discreet and inside, and now we're all done. I absolutely love how this skirt turned out. This is one of my favorite colors. I ended up using 370 grams. This is absolutely perfect. I love it, and thank you guys for watching.